As the season rolls on, Brent, how do squads manage to preserve momentum and energy and keep themselves fired up?
Yeah, you got to challenge yourself, Kevin, to try to continue to be consistently good. And I think that's what you're talking about here, is a standard with which you play is going to help you continue to get wins because you expect that from one another.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Andre Ayton out there with Durant, and it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. They get it back. KD's shot is off. Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Smith the pass to McDaniels. Back to Smith. Just 5 to shoot. McDaniels dishes to Smith. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough, because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
And the Suns call their first time out of the game. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, the interesting part was they kept firing away in that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
We play just over a minute here in the first. Here's Okogie. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Paul. And the Suns miss again.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Smith, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris Paul picks up that one.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Minnesota shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years. And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Smith for 3. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix, Greg, went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise.
Ball against Smith. Out to Edwards. Shoots the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the 3s they're allowed.
Booker outside. Back to Paul. Beyond the arc. The shot misses. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They came away with the victory in the last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
That one goes. Count it. Edwards got 5 points so far.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Monty Williams. Hey, look, he knows they've got great shooters who can score from anywhere in distance. He thinks his team can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the league there. But he won't be pulling back the reins even if they start missing. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Always want to get those 3s falling consistently. And here's Booker after the three-pointer from Smith. Booker, no good.
You could see he wanted to get it back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Man, Devin Booker is a true shooter, a walking bucket, always ready to let it fly.
And the proof is right there in the numbers, Greg. I mean, 2 seasons in a row, he's been top 10 in field goal attempts. So he knows how, when, and where to get that ball up.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for Towns. And it's Mike Conley in for McDaniel. Suns trail by 18. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Timeout called, the Suns. Look at the chosen one. He's been playing really well.
He is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
.55 seconds left in the first. Payne passes to Warren. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, T.J. Warren trusts that shot. Trust me, fantastic at shooting with purpose off the pass. That's alliteration.
Smith against Booker. Over in the corner, Edwards. Shoots over Warren. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Booker outside. Lets it go with a three. Another three for Phoenix.
And Payne just playing eyes-up basketball, seeing that opportunity.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. It's a 14-point game. Outside, Edwards. Out to Smith. Fires from deep. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And so it's Minnesota feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And more than anything, their three-point shooting is what sparked them. A fantastic night from long range so far. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Here they come, now heading to the floor.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves. Minnesota making some changes. Kyle Anderson is checked in for Towns. Taurean Prince comes in for McDaniel. And Smith subbed in for Mike Conley. And the Suns here with a different look. Ayton, he's checked in for Baisley. Lee comes in for Kevin Durant. Booker, he's checked in for Ross. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Paul. So with Durant sitting on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. The backcourt pair for him, it's Payne and Booker. Warren is out there with Lee, and it's Ayton in at the center filling out the middle. And you hear the term point forward. But then, Greg, you had Magic Johnson, 6'9", but still a point guard. So what's the difference?
Well, when you talk about a point forward, it's someone whose versatility extends to their playmaking. That Magic is the rare talent who redefined the point guard position.
Pass to Edwards. The Timberwolves working the ball around him. Nice shot by Smith.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Suns trail by 12. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. The chosen one in the last game against the Pistons was a driven man. He dropped in 34 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. A terrific all-around game for him. He really put an effort to fill it up out there and make a difference for his team. Kevin, back to you.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep going here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Booker with no one around, and it's off from three-point range.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Smith kicks to Prince. Booker against Smith. Lock at 6. From deep. And another three for Minnesota.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Lee outside. To the middle to end the run. And it's Ayton missing. Timberwolves leading by 18. Smith with it. He's coming off a 34-point game against Detroit. Takes a three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Smith's got 11 points in the quarter.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sit. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, the passing he brings to the table on full display through the first two quarters.
Doing a great job of just setting guys up and demonstrating just how important ball movement can be.
Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Smith in at the 1 spot. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Towns. Back to Smith. Lets the 3 fly. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. 31 points for Smith.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the trip.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Back to McDaniel. And it's Smith, top of the key. For the 3. Kept alive, Minnesota. And Towns throws it down.
And how about Towns there taking full advantage of that size, just dominating the glass on that second chance opportunity.
And it's Ayton missing. Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a 4th? I'm not sure.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Smith. And a change for the Suns. Terrence Ross is checked in for Devin Booker. And he hasn't cashed in on his chances at the line, only making 1 free throw.
Shooting 1.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Baisley is such a tease. He's got all of these skills and such a multifaceted forward. There's a lot of versatility there.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Minnesota on top, running away with this one.
46.
And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So at the
Substitution on the court.
fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far.
2 minutes.
KD finds Paul. Booker outside. Tries again. And Ayton with the layup.
If Ayton can get in that kind of position, he can be a bully on the inside.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Over Ayton. Reed the pass to Smith. Over Paul. And it's Smith missing.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Timberwolves.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Smith.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Smith against Warren. Smith, no good.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He gets it in there. Smith's got 36.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
4th team foul. At the line for the Suns, Kevin Durant. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
But Durant still has a drive to keep adding something to his game offensively, which should be scary to the rest of the league, but makes him so fun to watch.
And here's Smith. The tray. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Berry.